You can do everything right and still confess to a crime you did not commit. Not because you're guilty, but because the police are legally allowed to lie to you. Fake evidence, fake witnesses, and fake sympathy. And once you believe one lie, your case is over. In 1969, the United States Supreme Court said, this is completely legal. Here are the 11 lies police use in order from the moment they make contact to the moment they try to break you. Lie number 1, the warrant bluff. Lie number 1 happens at your front door. We can get a warrant in 10 minutes, so you might as well let us inside now. This is not a courtesy, it's a pressure test. Here's the reality. If they actually had enough evidence to get a warrant in 10 minutes, they wouldn't be standing there asking for your permission. They would already have the warrant and they would already be inside. They're asking because they don't have probable cause, and consent is the shortcut. If you remember nothing else, remember this. If they could, they would. If they're asking, can't, keep that in mind. Lie number 2, the roadside breath test. Lie number 2 happens on the roadside. Just take this breath test, prove you're sober, and you'll be on your way. I've been doing this job a long time, and I can tell you the truth. By the time the handheld breath test device comes out, the officer has usually already decided to arrest you. The test is not to clear your name, it's to justify a decision that's already been made. Even if you blow under the limit on that handheld breath test, they'll pair it with bloodshot eyes or slurred speech or the odor of alcohol. That breath test is not helping you, it's collecting evidence. And in most states, the handheld breath test cannot come into evidence, and you should never give additional evidence to the police officer to use against you. You have to check your state laws, because sometimes if there's an injury, it can be problematic not to give the roadside breath test. But in most situations and in most states, not taking the handheld breath test is not going to be used against you. And in fact, that number cannot come in. Only the fact that you failed this portable breath test can come into evidence. Lie number 3, the friendly invitation. Lie number 3 is how they move you from freedom to control. Why don't you just come down to the station so we can clear this up? They make it sound voluntary, casual, even harmless. But notice the psychology. On the street, you're free to leave. At the station, you are in their environment. They control the lighting, they control the temperature, the chairs, the exits. Everything changes once you agree to a second location. Never go to the police station unless you are in handcuffs or you are with a lawyer. There is no third option. Lie number 4, off the record. Once you're in that room, they'll say this: let's talk off the record. There is no such thing. Not in the interrogation room, not in the hallway, not in the bathroom. They can turn off the visible camera. They can lower their voice. And they can even say, this is just between us. And then they will testify under oath about every word you said. If somebody offers to go off the record, this is your signal to stop talking immediately and ask for an attorney. Lie number 5, we already know. Lie number 5 is a classic mind game. We already know what happened, so stop wasting my time. Think about that just for 1 second. If they already know exactly what happened, they wouldn't be asking you for anything. They would already be booking you. This lie is designed to make you feel trapped, like resistance is pointless, like the Borg in Star Trek. They want you to correct them, to fill in the gaps, to explain details. If they actually knew, they would not need you. Lie number 6, the fake forensics. This is where the interrogation shifts. We found your fingerprints at the scene. Unless this is a major, high-profile case, crime labs are backed up for weeks, even months in some cities. The idea that they lifted prints around them and matched them in under an hour is almost always a lie. They're watching for one thing: panic. Because panic leads to explanations, and explanations oftentimes can be interpreted and twisted into confessions. Lie number 7, you're on camera. Lie number 7 is the modern version of that bluff. We have you on camera. We have eyewitnesses. In the chaos right after a crime, it is extremely rare for police to immediately retrieve footage, review it, and positively identify a suspect. If the footage clearly showed you committing a crime, you would not be in that room. You would already be charged. Silence beats that bluff. Lie number 8, the polygraph. Lie number 8 is pure theater. You failed the polygraph. Polygraphs do not detect lies, they detect stress. That's why they're generally inadmissible in court. Police use them as a stage prop. And here's the truth they will not tell you. They will say you failed every time to increase the pressure. Never agree to a polygraph. It's a rigged game. If you have an attorney telling you to take a polygraph, get a second or even a third opinion, because I have seen people pass polygraphs and the state still objects at trial and will not let that polygraph into evidence. Think about that. They only use it when it benefits them, and they only use it to put pressure on you. Never agree to a polygraph. Lie number 9, the betrayal. First they hit you with, your friend already talked. They separate you so that you feel alone, you feel betrayed, and you start thinking, well, I better talk too. And then they even escalate it. In fact, your friend already confessed and he said you were involved. Think that through. If someone truly confessed, the case will be closed. So if they're still interrogating you, it means they don't have exactly what they need. They're not giving you information. They're trying to force a reaction from you. Most of the time, your friend is in the other room being told the exact lie about you. The only winning move is silence. Lie number 10. Lie number 10 sounds friendly. I can't help you if you don't talk to me. They're right about one thing. They can't convict you if you don't talk. They're not there to help you. They're there to build a case. Silence is not obstruction. It is self-preservation. Lie number 11, judge promise or the prosecutor promise. The final lie, and this is the one I hear all the time and it really ruins cases. Listen, if you tell me what's going on, I'll put a good word in with the judge or the prosecutor. Listen, police have zero authority over sentencing, over charging decisions. The judge will likely never hear about the promise made in that room, nor will the prosecutor. The only thing that matters is a statement you gave and the confession you may sign. Don't do that. Don't fall for those tricks. So, in conclusion, the police are allowed to lie, but you have the right to remain silent. Use that. Now, if you've watched this far, you must like me a little bit, a tiny little bit of you must say, oh man, this Marc guy isn't terrible. I'm asking you, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. Put on there another lie you heard of, or if you think one of my lies is total nonsense, write that on there. I don't care. I like all comments, even the mean ones, not too mean. If you truly can't think of anything to say, people are now telling me that I remind them of Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Turtle from Entourage, John Leguizamo, Joe Pesci's in there, some other random people. If you don't have anything else to write, let me know who I remind you of. If you are charged with a crime in Indiana, give me and my team a call. We will love to talk you through your options. Most importantly, remember to always plead the fifth.